Hello, and in this part 2 video I'm going to describe your best friend from your childhood. Now obviously my best friend is going to be different from your best friend, but I will use lots of vocabulary that you can use for your answer. Describe your best friend from your childhood. You should say who it was, when you met, what you did with him or her, and explain why you liked him or her. To be honest, when I was a child, I didn't have one particular best friend. I had quite a wide circle of friends. I was far more popular in my youth than now. However, I will talk about one in particular, and her name is Anna. If I remember rightly, we met in nursery. I would have been around 4 or 5, I guess. I can't remember our first encounter specifically. I just remember always being friends with her. Not only did we spend all day together at school, but also we moved house when I was 5 and actually moved to the same street as her. So when we were a bit older, we used to walk to school together and then hang out after school. I can't remember exactly what we would do. Watching TV and chilling out mostly. Although I can't recall our first meeting, I suppose we must have hit it off straight away, as we remain friends to this day. We have a lot in common, such as common interests in sport, and furthermore we have a great rapport. I can't remember us ever having a crossed word. I wouldn't call her my bestie, as I don't think I have ever had a best friend, as like I said, I have a friendship group. But she is probably the one who knows me the best. I confide in her a lot because she can keep a secret and is never judgmental. As we have been friends for several decades now, I'm certain that she is a friend for life. Even though we don't live in each other's pockets, I know she is there for me whenever I need her, and vice versa. So let's take a look at some of the language in this answer and the language that you could use to talk about your best friend. So I'm saying I didn't have one particular best friend. Particular means specific. And I'm saying this so I can use this expression. I had quite a wide circle of friends. We talk about friendship circles and having a circle of friends. In my youth is another way of saying when I was young. And because I'm talking about this one particular friend, this one specific friend, I can say I will talk about one in particular. Now I use this phrase quite a lot in many videos, but I like to repeat phrases so you get familiar with them and hopefully remember to use them if I remember rightly. And it's an idiomatic way of saying if I remember correctly. Nursery is what the British call kindergarten. You can use kindergarten or nursery. And I would have been 4 or 5, I guess, but I can't remember our first encounter specifically. So I'm using I would have been to talk about something in the past, but I can't remember our first encounter specifically. This is another way of saying our first meeting. An encounter is a meeting. In this topic, you have lots of opportunities to use used to and would. Both of these are to talk about things in the past instead of using the past simple. So try to remember to use those in your answer. And here we've got some quite informal words. Hang out and chilling out. They both mean kind of get together with your friends and meet them. Hang out is just spending time together. We would hang out after school. We used to hang out after school. We used to spend time together after school. And to chill out is to relax and do nothing. So when you're watching TV, you're chilling out, you're doing nothing. So in a topic like this, when you're thinking back to the past, try not to use the verb remember all the time. The verb recall also means remember. Here's another useful phrase for talking about friends and meeting people: to hit it off straight away. And this means from the moment you meet, you have a good relationship. You get on really well. You think this person is going to be a good friend because you just have a great understanding of each other, similar interests, or you laugh a lot with each other. This is to hit it off straight away. We remain friends to this day. Now, to this day means until now, and so we're still friends now. When we're talking about friends, we talk about things we have in common, and it means things that we both like or things that are similar about us. So we have a lot in common, and we have a great rapport. This means a good connection, a good relationship with each other. We get on really well with each other. When we use remember, we follow it with an ing verb. So I can't remember us ever having. I can't remember doing. I can't remember seeing. And I can't remember us ever having a crossed word. Great idiomatic expression, and it means an argument. If you have a crossed word, you have an argument. This is quite an informal word that we use nowadays, particularly young people, not so much me, but young people would use it. My bestie is my best friend. And I said before, we talk about a circle of friends, and we can also call them a friendship group. To confide in someone means to tell somebody your secrets, to tell somebody quite personal information, to confide in someone. And here's a good collocation: to keep a secret. So if you tell somebody something, they don't tell everybody else about it. And he's never judgmental. Somebody who is judgmental judges you all the time and sort of criticises you and is very critical about you. But in a good friend, you want somebody who is not judgmental. I'm certain, I'm sure, and we talk about a friend for life, so somebody who you think you will be friends with for the rest of your life. Even though we don't live in each other's pockets, this means that we don't see each other all the time. To live in someone's pocket means that you're always with them, you're never apart. But I'm saying we don't live in each other's pockets, so we spend a lot of time apart. But she is there for me, so it means that I know she's always there if I need her, and vice versa. This means and the opposite is also true. So I am there for her if she needs me, and vice versa. Hope you found this video useful. There are lots of phrases in here to talk about friends, and they're very good ones. They're very complex. They're quite idiomatic. So try and learn some of them. They are complex, so you have to get them correct, like we hit it off straight away. So make sure that you learn them and practice using them in case you get this topic in the IELTS exam. Thanks for watching.